Hi guys. That sort of, I just want to snuggle up in front of the sofa this afternoon and log fire and some chocolates and watch a little chick flick. That would be so good. Welcome to this next transmission of Yang Woman. Hope you're having a great day. And I've got a little squirrel in the background cooing to his partner, which is quite cute. So it's great to be out in nature, hey? So I'm managing to do all my live transmissions outdoors so far, which is brilliant as the weather changes. And now with the days being the shortest they are in the year, furiously doing my light pod every morning and just really kind of enjoying being more still and more yin. And yin is here for me every single day, and it's sometimes a little bit too much because I think I've slowed down a little too much, but most of the time it's a really lovely learning curve. So this is day 20 of the Yang Woman transmission, and we're talking about how to let the yin in. So we did some work on, have been chatting about challenges, and we've been chatting about the desires. And then it's like, well, if you run your energy so fast and you cram your day full of stuff and you orchestrate, direct and do all these things in your life, how do you actually let the yin in? So the past few days we've done a couple of meditations and just about connecting to the breath and really learning to clear the diary a bit, because we can. I don't believe anybody who can't clear the diary just a bit to create more space. And delegating, asking, letting go a little, learning how to create space in the day. And space really not to fill it with reading a book or listening to the radio or watching TV. It's space to be still. Notice how that feels to you when you actually think about having nothing going on in front of you for a good 10 minutes a day, or maybe 3 times a week, or even maybe you build it up to 15 or 20 minutes more. So today I want to talk about listening to the body and also about Yin Yoga. So how much do you actually listen to your body? We live in our heads most of the time, and the Western world is live in the head and the body will follow, and the body follows very subserviently and obediently most of the time. When we get into our 40s, Yang women, we tend to find out just how we have run our energy, and then the body starts to go, nope, it's my turn. And in menopause is really, I notice that the body really doesn't give you an option but to listen. And obviously through going towards middle age, we tend to find out, gosh, have we treated ourselves well, or are we going to see the results of how we treated our health over the past, I don't know, forever. So listening to the body is really important, and subtle signs like a pain here or a pain that keeps reoccurring in your body, and you kind of think, oh gosh, and what you tend to do is take ibuprofen or paracetamol or do something to medicate it. So if you're on medication of any kind, and depending on how old you are, think about why you're on medication and what is it in your body that's not happy that maybe you need to listen to a bit more rather than medicate away. We've got so many options now with alternative therapies, but they're actually better than maybe going towards conventional medicine, where we can take a pill for something because we have got such a busy diary that we can't even afford to listen to the body, and we've got too many things to do, things that we can't let people down on, so we don't listen, we just medicate. And medicating the mind is keeping the mind busy. Do you drink more than you should perhaps in a week? Do you start drinking early in the day? Do you have noise going on in the background all the time? Do you have a radio on? Do you have the television on? Is there always a magazine that you need to sit and read? Just notice where those things are in your world that prevent you from actually listening to your body. And for me, the body is the home of the soul, and I've heard this said many times, it's where we are nothing without our body. We have nothing. We don't even have the breath if the body doesn't exist. And I'm on this beautiful course for the next 18 months, And I just feel so blessed that I've arrived in this place where I have actually met my next teacher, and it's incredible. And a lot of this beginning part of my course has been about listening to the body, doing meditations, working in groups and in twos with other people, and learning how to tune into the body on a much deeper level. Because often our restrictions, our tensions and our contractions in the body are just showing us where we're out of balance and out of kilter with our lives. And in my early 20s, I had an experience while I was on holiday in Portugal, and I took some tablets for a common cold, and these tablets were over the counter, but they were things in these tablets that really sent my system into overdrive. And I think it was the first and only time in my life that I thought, gosh, at 24, I'm not going to be here. I really thought I was going to die. And it probably took me about 2 years to get over the physical symptoms of this, but at that point I listened to my body every 5 minutes, particularly my heart, because I thought my heart was going to give out. I was a hypochondriac, I went to anxiety classes, you name it, I did it. And I was young, you know, those are the years when you really, really don't want anything wrong with your body and you think you're infallible. So it trained me to listen. And after that experience, I met a kinesiologist, and I released a lot of the absolute terror of that time in my life through purging it from my body. And that's when I suddenly thought, gosh, you know, the physical body is an incredible thing. So do listen to your body. Think about where you're distracting from listening to the body. Think about how much you distract your mind so that you can't listen to your body. Think about how much medication you're taking for different things that really is a sign that you should be looking deeper rather than just taking the medication. You know, don't be on something for years, particularly not if you're in your 40s and 50s. Have a look at that, because that is, you know, a way of distraction anyway, at looking at what's really coming up for you. The body is the truth, it never lies, and it's also the most precious thing we have. And I do Yin Yoga, so about 3 years ago, in this kind of developing the Yin phase of my life, I discovered Yin Yoga. And Yin Yoga is the same as any other form of yoga poses, but most of the Yin Yoga postures are done on the floor, so you don't do them as standing postures. There are lots and lots of books on Yin Yoga, and the developer of Yin Yoga, Bernie Clark, is a guy worth watching on YouTube, and also his book about Yin Yoga is fantastic. And I started experiencing it myself because it's a very peaceful form of yoga, but it's also a challenge, and it's quite deep. It takes you into deeper levels of your being on all levels. And they are a structured set of floor-based postures. And what's amazing is with Yin Yoga that there are 3 things. There are finding a place in that particular pose where you feel the challenge and staying with the challenge, and then becoming still. And as you become still, so the mind has an opportunity to really focus where you are in this pose. And then the third thing about each pose is holding the pose, so that you get to be with your body in the challenge but also in the stillness. And it's very deep. It says that we unlock these tensions in our body via the connective tissue, and I've read articles about the connective tissue being the place where we carry our consciousness. So the way to access that is to work with yoga into the connective tissue. It's incredibly yummy. I do Yin Yoga with my students. I can always do a Yin Yoga session with you online. If you're anywhere in the world, we can always Skype and do it, because I can easily teach you in a virtual classroom. You can go to my website, ginahardyyoga.com, and then contact me if you'd like to do a Yin Yoga session. But it is beautifully powerful. It is very deeply peaceful. It gets you into the intimate space of listening to your body, and really that's where nirvana can happen, and also the answer to many of your internal questions. It's fabulous stuff. So listening to the body, doing some Yin Yoga as the nemesis to the yang lifestyle that you lead, just to create balance. You know, and I said a couple of videos ago that happiness exists in balance, that if we polarize in terms of our craving or our negativity and our aversion to things, then we're out of kilter. So on this chilly winter day in the UK, I salute you, I honour you, and I love you, yin woman. Whoop, gosh, listen to that. After the 20th day, I wanted to say I love you, yin woman. Maybe you're becoming a bit more yin listening to these videos. And the next video that we do, I will be doing a meditation with you for most of the transmissions. So take care. Namaste.